Hello and welcome to PCMag Live. I'm Dan Costa, he is Sasha Segan, and we've got a killer show for you today. We're going to talk about today's top tech news, we're going to answer one of your reader questions, and then we're going to pull one cool thing off the shelf in the lab and show it to you live on air. Let's kick it off right away, Sasha, with this news from Sandvine that fully 50% of all internet traffic is either Netflix or YouTube. That's pretty amazing.
There's a couple of ways you can slice this. First of all, you see how dominant Netflix is in the legal video streaming realm. Netflix is 31.6% of US internet traffic. Amazon and Hulu are both under 2%. BitTorrent is down to 7%.
That is the real news, because remember, 10 years ago, BitTorrent was 60% of all internet traffic.
5 years ago, it was 30%.
And it's just plummeting ever since, because we always said if there were legal options to stream video and to get video online, the illegal market would dry up.
But this is also why the ISPs are now perpetrating so many sneaky schemes to try to get money out of Netflix. They see Netflix as a massive freeloader on their networks. Like, this one corporate company is dominating their network traffic, and they want more cash from Netflix for carrying it.
Yeah, and it's all in the licensing agreements. And this is the thing about Netflix's business. They've got a great product, they've got a ton of users, but they are a bit of a free rider here, and if they can get those rules changed, I could see ISPs actually getting a little bit more money out of them.
Well, what ISPs will end up doing, and this is the end of net neutrality, this is what we're all afraid of, is that ISPs are just going to charge $5 or $10 extra a month to use Netflix. They're going to charge it as essentially a premium channel, and then we'll have the cable channel model on the internet, which is what drives all consumer advocates nuts.
Yeah, and this is going to get even more complicated next year as Netflix rolls out 4K. They're taking up even more bandwidth to deliver even a higher quality signal to your TV. Definitely interesting data. You can get that story on PCMag.com. Also in the news today, Amazon is going to start delivering on Sunday with the help of the United States Postal Service.
They already did. I got one.
You got one on this weekend?
Yeah. On Friday, I decided to order some new P-Touch labels for our Brother P-Touch labeler, which my daughter uses to label all sorts of odd things around the house. And on Sunday, the box arrives, and we're like, Sunday? Who is this? Is this Christmas elves? What's going on here?
So you can't get regular mail on Saturday, but you can get Amazon parcels delivered to your house on Sunday, because Amazon's obviously subsidizing them.
Yeah, well, it turns out that for years now, the United States Postal Service has had a semi-secret program where if a corporation wants to subsidize Sunday delivery of something, they can. So this isn't a new thing for Amazon. It's just newly prominent, and it's going to be newly big. And this is a good deal for the Postal Service because they desperately need money, and presumably Amazon is giving them a lot of money. And it's a good deal for Amazon. The only people who it's not a good deal for are people who have just seen their $25 minimum spend risen to $35.
Yep, covered that on the show for Amazon Prime members to get their minimum spend so that you don't have to pay for shipping.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's also good. Also, we've been talking about whether or not Amazon should actually just buy the United States Postal Service outright, solve all of their last mile problems, take their fleet, take their infrastructure. I mean, people talk about it. It's a legitimate option.
I wonder if they could afford it. I haven't done those numbers.
Also in the news, we've got new trailers for Doctor Who's 50th anniversary. I was actually in the movie theater this weekend, saw a preview. This is going to be shown live in movie theaters as well as streamed over the internet and available on TV?
Yeah, this is a really unusual multimedia experience because what we're seeing is this is a very traditional, very old school TV program. I mean, this program has been running for 50 years. But over the past 5 years, it's gotten more and more of an online component. They've had a lot of exclusive programming on the internet, and now it's moving into theaters. And there have been Doctor Who movies before, but this is, I think, one of the first times that I see this simultaneous movie theater, TV, online, super multi-platform release of something like this.
Yeah, it's a great series, although I gotta say, I have not been really watching Doctor Who since the days of Tom Baker. Tom Baker, it was Doctor Who for me. Well, he introduced me to the show, he introduced me to the concept, he introduced me to long scarves. I mean,
I have some serious problems with what's going on in Doctor Who right now, and I could do an entire, good 5-minute special on the
PCMag's Doctor Who special.
PCMag's anti-Stephen Moffat rant, basically. But Doctor Who was off the air for many years, and when it came back, it was in the hands of this really interesting, dynamic, progressive showrunner named Russell Davies, who brought in all of these very interesting, fully realized characters and made it a show about people. as opposed to about plot trickery or funny monsters.
And is it no longer about people?
No, now it's about plot trickery and weird masculine idealizations of women being dependent on men. Like the current showrunner is very, very entranced with incomprehensible, multi-layered plots that don't quite hang together, and his women are all simpering and disturbingly dependent.
Yeah,
and
that does not sound good.
But the great thing about Doctor Who, of course, is that if you don't like how the show is, wait 5 minutes, another bus will come along. So, those of us who don't love the Stephen Moffat era are sitting around, he'll move on to something else, and then we'll get a different Doctor Who, and maybe that one will be better.
Doctors come and doctors go.
Exactly.
All right, that's been news for today. Let's move on to a reader question. This is actually a reader question we got via mail, by postal mail, the United States Postal Service,
Not on
fulfilling a
Sunday.
service. Not on Sunday. And it's from Stephen Laker of Huma, Louisiana. And he had a very simple question, which is he wants to know if he can get his computer online for free. Now, he's willing to pay for some hardware, but he doesn't want to pay for a subscription service. He doesn't want to pay for broadband. What is the cheapest way he can get online, any device online for free? And we did some research, and there are not a lot of options, but there are some.
No, I looked up some of the options that I know are out there, and there are companies doing wireless internet for free, companies like Freedom Pop, for instance. But the problem is that none of them cover Huma, Louisiana. They're all very focused on, other areas. You don't get the free wireless broadband in Huma. However, the old Net Zero 10 hours a month free dial-up deal still exists. I was shocked when I saw this online. It's still there. It's a very small amount of internet, and it's very slow internet.
Dial-up speeds.
It's dial-up speeds, but it is free internet, and it is free internet you can get in Huma. So at least that's a start. If your desktop computer doesn't have a 56K modem in it, and some don't nowadays, you can buy one on Newegg for $18. And you go to the library, you go on the Net Zero website, you sign up for the 10 hours free dial-up deal, and then at least you have a little bit of free internet.
Yeah, that's still not bad. I mean, at least there is an option. In most urban areas, obviously, there's free Wi-Fi. You can get onto different networks that way. But in Huma, not a lot of options.
In urban areas, you also have these carriers like Freedom Pop, for instance, who are offering free data, sometimes on the Sprint or Clearwire networks, but those are really for big central cities.
All right. Hopefully that works for you, Stephen. Let us know if it does. Send us another email. Send us an email once you get online, and let us know how it goes. Now, it is time for One Cool Thing. We test thousands of products here at our labs in New York City. Every day we take one product off the shelf and show it to you live. Today, that product is the Nike Fuel Band SE. This is a follow-up to the original Nike Fuel Band, and it's a pretty cool device. I mean, we've basically got, what I like about it is I've had 3 different Fitbits. I have lost 3 different Fitbits. The Fuel Band you wear on your wrist seems a lot less likely to be lost, but it still does all of those things that you would expect from an activity tracker. It tracks your steps. It comes in a variety of different accent colors. It is available on the iPhone. Unfortunately, no Android version. That's going to be a deal breaker for me. But if you have an iPhone, this is a pretty nice device.
The Android situation actually is, I've heard this from some other accessory makers, it's because of Bluetooth 4.0 LE. A lot of Android devices don't currently support Bluetooth 4.0 LE, which is the wireless standard used by a lot of these fitness trackers. And so as a result, these fitness tracker guys are standing back until they can see more widespread Bluetooth 4.0 support on Android devices.
I'm just going to show off this. One of the things that this has that most trackers don't have is this cool LED on the back that actually tells you how many calories you've gone, how many steps you've taken, just a lot more feedback. It's a nice little display in addition to just being a tracker that you have to connect to your phone in order to get data from. But very, very cool. This is a full review of this is going to be on the website. Jill Duffy is editing it now. This should be posted on our site tomorrow. We'll find out how well it does and how it compares to all the other activity trackers on the market. Are you ever going to take the plunge and actually get one of these?
No, I don't want to know how little I move.
All right. That's PCMag Live for today. Remember to send us your questions via Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, any other social service, or, as Stephen did, send us an actual letter in the mail to our labs in New York City, and we will answer it live on camera. Thanks for joining us. This has been PCMag Live. We will see you tomorrow.